Hey everyone, welcome to my channel, Ashley Equipped. Today I'm going to be talking about choosing your CCL firearm. So I was asked this on Instagram by someone to make a video, and I did a poll on Instagram and 100% of you said, yeah, sure, why not, just make the video. So here we are. Hopefully this goes well. I filmed it one time and I just rambled on, so I'm deciding to film it again and we'll see how this goes. Okay, so I have my notes here. I did a little bit of homework to see what other people thought, what was important to other people when choosing a firearm, things they wish they knew before choosing their CCL. So I have compiled everything that I found online, as well as my own experiences and things that I think are important when choosing a CCL firearm. Hopefully you get something out of it in your research of trying to figure out what firearm is right for you when choosing your CCL firearm. So to begin, there's a couple things that you really need to do before choosing your firearm, before going to the store and picking one out, and that is doing your homework. The first thing you really need to do before bringing home a firearm, if this is your first one, or if this is your 20th, you need to know the firearm safety rules. Have them ingrained in your brain. Look up videos. I suggest looking up the Warrior Poet Society videos. Those are really helpful for me. So make sure you know those firearm safety rules before you bring home your firearm, because it's going to be important when you go into the store to know those rules so that you're being safe and so that you're keeping other people safe. Another thing to do your research on are your state laws. So once you've done those two things, your research isn't over, because you really need to do your research on what firearms you are looking at before you go into the store. That is what I would recommend to make the process as smooth as possible, especially as a woman. You want to go into the store knowing what you're looking for, knowing what you're talking about. In my experience, shopping for a firearm as a woman is different from other guys. I know I've been treated differently when I go by myself to the gun store versus when I go with my fiance to the gun store. So I'm treated differently, which is unfortunate, but I'm sure that's not all places. It's just the places that I've gone that I've experienced different treatment. So one thing that's really helped me is doing my homework. It's like going to the grocery store without a list. It's really easy to talk yourself into things that you don't need when you don't go with a list. And it's the same for shopping for a firearm. You know what's right for you. You know what's good for you. Even if you don't have a firearm necessarily picked out, figure out what you're looking for. So maybe you're looking for a compact handgun, maybe you're looking for a full-size handgun. When it comes to finding that list of firearms or characteristics of firearms that you're trying to narrow down to, there are things that I think you should consider. So the three things that I think are important may not be important to you at all. These things kind of all go hand in hand, so they're all very linked together when looking for a firearm. They are comfort, concealability, and capacity. So all of those three things I think are important, at least to me, when choosing my concealed carry firearm. Hi! Hello! It's my boy. So what I would suggest to you if you're in the market for a concealed carry weapon is to choose the highest capacity possible that you can conceal comfortably. So that is where the 3 C's that I came up with come from. This may be total BS to some of you, and maybe you're like, she has no idea what she's talking about. That's fine, it's just my experience. So the Glock 19 for me was, one, a higher capacity that I could conceal and conceal it comfortably. So that is where I chose my 19. Maybe it's the Glock 43 for you. That's the highest capacity that you can conceal comfortably. My fiance carries the Shield, and that is the biggest firearm that he wants to carry because it's comfortable to him and that he can conceal it. So it's all your preference, it's all up to you. Pick something that, one, is comfortable for you, that you can conceal, but has the highest capacity possible, because at the end of the day, more rounds is better. Yes, shot placement does matter. It matters if you can hit your target. People say, you know, if you need more than 6 rounds in a gunfight, you're, you know, not very good. Well, that's fine, but also if you need 6 rounds in a gunfight, you might need more rounds in a gunfight, so just have more rounds, right? The last part of your research would be to go to the range and test it out before you buy it. Try it before you buy it. Make sure it fits your hand, make sure you can reach the mag release, make sure you can rack the slide. Is it too light, is it too heavy, or is it just right? and those are things you can find out at the range. Test it out before you buy it. You don't want to bring home a firearm that hits, you know, those 3 C's, but that you hate shooting. You want to like not dread shooting your CCL, because that's the one you want to train with, that's the one you want to practice with, that's the one you really want to get familiar with. So make sure you pick one that you actually enjoy, or at least, you know, you don't dread shooting it. The last thing to think about before going and purchasing your firearm is, do I have a place to store it safely? A lot of people go and purchase their firearm and they bring it home and they don't even have a holster for it. Which is totally fine, but have a lockbox, have a safe, have something that you can safely secure your firearm, especially if you have a family, if you have people that are living with you. You don't want anyone else to have access to the firearm except for you. You know, that's different for everyone in every family, because maybe you and your spouse have a plan. But you know what I mean, you catch my drift. Just make sure you have some place to safely store it, because you don't want anyone else's hands getting on it that aren't supposed to be getting that. There are accidents that happen all the time that could be avoided just by safely storing it in a spot that no one else can get to. So make sure you have a place before you bring home your firearm. Then comes a time to buy your firearm. Maybe you have a short list of firearms that you're thinking about. Maybe you want to go to the store and get the employees' 2 cents on each firearm, maybe what one they think is best. Make sure you bring whatever identification you need. It's different in every state. So call ahead and ask what you need. Now, once you purchase your firearm and you've brought it home, maybe you think you're done there, but you are not, because we are all responsible gun owners and we have things to do after the fact. First, make sure you get to know your firearm. That's obviously really important to know how to use it, because if you end up having to use it and you like don't even know where the mag release is, that's kind of a big deal. So make sure you get to know your firearm, take it apart, watch videos on how to take it apart, watch videos on how to put it back together. The second thing to do is to dry fire, and that goes into the third thing you need to do, which is train. Dry fire is just as important, if not more important, than going to the range and shooting live rounds, because it's safe, it's free, and you can do it like at your house without even leaving the house in your pajamas. So go out, sign up for classes, get some organized training under your belt, because that's really the way you learn on how to be self-reliant, is taking classes, educating yourself, and continuing your education. So make sure you're training and being a responsible gun owner so that we can all make the world a better place, right? So that is everything, I believe. I rambled on for a long time again, but thank you guys so much for watching this video. Don't forget to like and comment and subscribe so that you can see all my videos in the future. If you really want to see my videos, make sure you're hitting the notification bell, because that will notify you when I've uploaded. Let me know in the comments any videos that you might want to see from me, things that you want me to review, things that you want me to talk about. Whatever it is, just leave it in the comments and I will look at it. Thank you guys again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye.